first we will, sorry.
Hmm.
So then, and when first we will become devotee, and then envy will be gone. What will happen first?
Right. And if it is not to be spoken to envious people, and anybody who has come in
Yes.
this material world is envious, including myself. Why to speak? So why did somebody give Bhagavad knowledge to me? So yeah, that is truth. That is like a first hen or the baby of the hen, the egg. What comes first? So uh, over here, when we say envious, see everyone in material world. And in Hindi we say, जो फंसा है वो सब पिसे हैं. No, जो भी इस दुनिया में फंसा है, जो भी इस दुनिया में embodied है, सब पिसे लोग हैं. Pise means they are all are envious of Krishna, all crushed by Maya. So we know, but only thing is this, that we everyone who may be born in this, and some people are very great, no doubt about it. But generally, mass people are like that. So what does it mean? How first envy will go, or first? It's a hand in hand process. But people, there will be some people who will be out and out envious to Krishna. You know, no, they will, some simple example, like any government you take, any national government, state government you take, there are people who are not favorable to them, and there are people who are favorable to them. And there are people who are, in between, you know, or maybe more tending towards unfavorable, but still they will follow. You know? So the same way in the world, in this world also, there are living beings like that who are out and out envious. Anything government does, they will say, no, they will have a march past on the road, Murdabad. Anything they do, the government does anything, they have to say, ye galat hai, ye galat hai. And there are people, if there anything the government does, he says sahi hai. And there are people who are actually, there are some people who may not be out and out envious, but they are not an out and out favorable, but they okay, ज़्यादा proportion में कुछ नहीं. So such people, can be taught Bhagavad Gita, and when such people actually eventually understands Bhagavad Gita, has been directed by a pure devotee or a representative of a pure devotee, so then naturally he engages himself in devotional service, and the ego and the envy, starts evaporating from his subtle body. That's what that it has to hand in hand process. Out and out envious people, we can't do anything much to them. No, that's what it said. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. And I was just thinking, as Srila Prabhupada said in this purport, that there is no possibility of faithless persons understanding Bhagavad Gita and Krishna.
Yeah.
So this is very hope giving. At least we have little faith. So
Yeah, right.
we
Yes.
might be, and we are actually envious, but we might have little faith so that we can continue our.
Yeah. Our faith is I don't know about we can't legislate everyone's faith like that. But initially the faith of a person is a lawkick, very general. He has a general faith in Krishna. Is not that considered to be as a Shraddha, that faith. So this has been well coined when in NOD, when you will all read. आप लोग, you will come to this particular thing. A Shraddha, which is a first. I'm using some technical term. Please bear it and understand it. But Shraddha, pure Shraddha, is the first sprout of the creeper of pure devotion service. And there is another Shraddha, which is not pure Shraddha. That is Shraddha Abhas, which is like like when the sun before it rises, hits the sky, there's a Abhas. In the morning time, you can understand that now the sun is going to come in the sky, but sun has actually not come. The same way it's called a Shraddha Abhas. Shraddha Abhas is something which majority people have, and with this they go and approach a devotee, and eventually by interacting with devotee, he develops a trust in devotee, accepts the bhajan kriya. But that bhajan kriya which he is accepting and associating with devotee is not yet pure devotion service. So different devotees will have different kind of shraddha, and depending upon the shraddha, if it is of first nature, is of for pradha shraddha, this pure shraddha, his progress will be ultra rapid, and in spite of his samskars. So and personalities who will have the first category of no second category of shraddha abhas, then they will have to actually really do a rigorous practice and come to to pure devotion service with a pure shraddha. It has to come. In fact, in NOD it will said that both the people just who has shraddha abhas and pure shraddha, their activities will appear same. Their taste may appear same. Taste means not the taste buds taste. Taste of devotion service. And may appear same. No, but there's a huge difference between these two category of devotees. For an example, a personality having a normal shraddha abhas, he will also like kirtan, and a person having pure shraddha will also like kirtan. The taste, they may like the same tune, they may like the same personality singing the Hare Krishna mantra also, but there's a huge difference between these two people. Now, what is no what can be the difference? One big difference would be the person is having Shraddha Abhas. He will like the tune, he will like the singing, he will like the mantra which has been sung, but more of a more of a you know an entertainment, pleasing to mind. It's peaceful to the mind, you know. But a person having pure Shraddha, when he hears the same tune sung by the same devotee, for him it is Krishna's name. So same, taste may look same, flavors may look same, activities may look same in a devotional service, both category devotees, but there's a huge difference among them. So you just told a bit, I elaborated more so that we should be very clear that yes, so depending on Shraddha that we have, or that is being given, Prabhupada said that there was no qualification. He made us qualified. So he made us qualified. Uh, uh, in that individually everybody has to see, but this is right statement. Actually, generally, some of you maybe over here in Pune maybe looking for devotional service would have come with. But I came to Pune not for looking for devotional service, for doing my job studies. I was caught by a devotee and told, "Ye knowledge hai." You know. So I know somebody has made me qualified for this. So that's what is the thing. So whatsoever we have come to the right path, we should go to the more to the we should march ahead in this path. So we have like somebody has given us that Shraddha. Maybe like some devotee may come to hear a program given by another devotee who might have a big tag, you know, like we know some devotee may uh, some business tycoon is giving, like we did for youth, we did one program which was in COVID time, which was given by Alfred Ford Prabhuji, Amrish Prabhu, online only, Vivek Bindra Prabhu. So these big tags were there, so people come running. Ah, chalo chalo, dekhte kya bolte. So they came for the big tag, they didn't came for hearing Bhagavad Gita. So, but they came, and by the mercy of those devotees, by their devotion, what they have in their heart, while they were speaking, that devotion sprouts from their mouth, goes into their heart, and people take it up. That's what is that's what is the that may be majority people's case. So it depends on whether we have been given Shraddha, we first having Shraddha, which category of Shraddha. But yeah, we have come. That's what I would say. Is that okay? Yeah. Shall we go ahead now? Uh, So now I have to now Krishna said like this. Hey, किसी को देने का नहीं जल्दी, है ना, क्वालिफाई करने का. First you should see what is his qualification, then one you should give him. If he is not qualified, don't give him. So, so after saying like that, now Krishna says something amazing. Uh, what if you give? In the 68 number verse, he is saying something very amazing. Ya idam paramam guhyam mat bhaktesu abhidhasyati bhaktim mai param kritva mam evasyati ashamsayah. Please read.
For one who explains the supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end he will come back to me. Generally, it is advised that Bhagavad Gita be discussed among the devotees only. For those who are not devotees will understand neither Krishna nor Bhagavad Gita. Those who do not accept Krishna as he is and Bhagavad Gita as it is, it is not it's as it is, should not try to explain Bhagavad Gita whimsically and become offenders. Bhagavad Gita should be explained to persons who are ready to accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is a subject matter for a devotee only and not for philosophical speculators. Anyone, however, who tries sincerely to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotional state of life. As a result of such pure devotion, he is sure to go back home, back to Godhead.
So yeah, so over here Krishna said the glory of discussing Bhagavad Gita. Whoever will present Bhagavad Gita, the way Gita is spoken, for him, he has to come back to me. So, all of you surely, many of you may be preaching already. And so take this this particular, shloka and start discussing, with people in general or with among devotees, because something is very great in spoken. At the end, he will ashamsayah, he will come back. है ना? So one way he said, बोलने का नहीं, बोलने से पहले सोचो किसको बोल रहे हो. अभी यहाँ पे बोला भगवान ने, अगर बोलोगे, if you are going to explain this secret to the devotee, but why to say speak the secret to a devotee? Devotee already knows. What is the secret then? See, secret was the supreme secret to the devotee. But already which is known, it doesn't remain a secret. And devotee means one who knows this. But what does it mean for one who explains this supreme secret to devotee? Means what over here? One who explains this supreme secret to those who are favorable for devotion, non-envious. Uh, right now, because who are in our movement, and who has come and stayed and chanting doesn't know this sloka sarvodharman paritej. You know, who in this Prabhupada's grace, are even school children to whom we go and give Bhagavad Gita as value education contest, they also know this words. They will also quote in their interviews. So what's the point? Whom to tell? Yeah, the secret of this, the very good, very deep secret of what Krishna is speaking, about Sarvadharma Pariteja. That is something which is hardly known to people, and which may not be known to us also. So in general, you present, Krishna is saying, you present this Bhagavad Gita knowledge, to people who are favorable for devotion service. This you present to them, Mak Bhaktesu Abhidishyati. Explain to those who are my devotees. Bhakti Mai Param Kritva. If you do this, pure devotional service, Bhakti Mai Param. Param Bhakti will be awarded to you. So two things which Krishna is saying that I will award to you. One is pure devotional service I will award to you. Second, I'll award you the highest abode of mine. No. So, that's what he's saying. I'll award you the best means of practice, pure devotional service, and I'll award you also the highest goal. What you have to do? Just speak this, just present this supreme secret to everyone, to people who are favorable for devotional service, or those who are those who are devotees. You present to them if you can, if you have heard properly from some devotee, some senior, some great soul, present to the devotees more deeper concept of this particular uh, no of this particular confidential knowledge which has been spoken by Krishna to Arjuna. It is a subject matter for the devotees only, not for philosophical speculators and mental speculators. Anyone, however, one tries to present Bhagavad Gita as it is will advance in devotional activities and reach the pure devotion state of life. This means, in one way, now if you think more deeply about this particular shloka and the purport, Prabhupada is writing and Krishna himself is writing that I'll award you Krishna's pure devotional service. Means what? Before becoming a pure practitioner, right now. What about? I'm not talking about perfection. Even before reaching to the stage of pure practicing of pure devotional service, I'm not saying कि चार नियम तोड़ रहा है तब भी प्रचार कर रहा है. I'm not saying like that. I'm saying, but even if somebody is doing mixed devotional service, means he's not at a perfected stage. He should speak this secret of Bhagavad Gita to people who are favorable. Means he should preach. He should not he should not await perfection. Right? Na? If we know perfection of life and then award, people and preach to others. The people say जन्म सार्थक करी परोपकार. पहले जन्म सार्थक होगा फिर परोपकार. ना जन्म सार्थक का मतलब क्या? कुछ लोग, some people they say जन्म सार्थक, you have not attained perfection. If that would be the thing, why Krishna is saying I'll award you two things? Pure devotional service is guaranteed. So pure guarantee means he will come to the level of practicing pure devotional service, that is guaranteed. And the end he will come back to me. So Krishna is speaking. Now he is although said to whom you should say, whom you should not say, but he is now yet promoting, yet saying, yet encouraging devotees that go out and speak, go and among yourself do this narration of Bhagavad Gita, speak to each other, paraspara anukathanam. You do like that, each one of you will attain pure devotion service and at the end will attain perfection of human form of life. So now this is what is mean. So Krishna actually very clearly he has said that, because in the last verse, if you remember, Krishna spoke very clearly that somebody might have, regarding the last verse also, I want to say the connection these two now, this one and the 67th and 68th, that see, concentration of mind and senses on one object is the greatest austerity. It's been said in one of the shlokas in Mahabharata. Has been said, manasas chendriyana cha ekagram paramam tapah. So concentration of mind and senses on one object is the greatest austerity. Even if a person who has this greatest austerity done, but he is not a devotee, he should not be taught Bhagavad Gita. Even if he is qualified with, great qualities of sense control, obedience, and has some some devotion kind of a thing, he should not be taught Bhagavad Gita if he is envious of Krishna. If he thinks envious of Krishna means what? If he thinks that Krishna is a combination of some material qualities, Krishna is a person, is a supreme, somebody who has been made into powerful. Oh, such people should never be taught Bhagavad Gita. And then now, so no, so he is saying very clearly that don't give to non-devotees. Don't no, don't give to people who can't control their senses. Don't give to people even if they can control senses, but they are non-devotees. Don't give to the people even if they say I can control senses. I am a so-called kind of a devotee, but you know but actually does not desire to hear from you, don't give them. You should never speak to such people who are envious, who don't want to hear about you. Don't give to them. So after speaking all this, now in this verse, Krishna has said, you know, he's saying all to the instructors, if you instruct, I'll award you these two benefits. you know. So this is very amazing another thing which Krishna is saying over here. एक तरफ से बोल रहे हैं किया तो गड़बड़, एक तरफ बोले करो. No, with certain conditions applied, he is saying it. So, uh, so, uh, so if you be an instructor of Bhagavad Gita, you will attain pure bhakti to me, and you will attain me. Now that's my param bhakti, mam eva ishyati. You will come to the Lord, you will come to me. Then now, in 69th number shloka, he says the same way he goes ahead and tells the glory of acha acha Mata, you have a question, sorry. Yes.
No, that's okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, my question is that ये जो conditions है, like where we are not approaching such people, तो उनकी सुकृति कैसे develop होगी?
Right, अच्छा. No, उनकी सुकृति तो अज्ञात सुकृति, there are many ways of developing. By the way, one thing is that I'm coming to that point, third shloka के बाद, which were about this. There are many things which Krishna is saying, but as you said about sukriti, the agyat sukriti, there are many ways of prasadam distribution, harinam sankirtan,
अच्छा.
oh, devotees acting nicely. Acting is not drama acting. They are actually presenting properly. They are courteous to people. So somebody, like somebody sees a devotee outside and says, "Hey, good man," he gets a sukriti. So that's how there are many ways of things, against sukriti, and people, that's how they come to the path. So anybody who appreciates anyway a devotee gets a sukriti. So I want to say something more, but let me take this about the next one, and then I want to say some 69th. Na cha tasman manuseshu kaschinme priyakrittamah bhavita na cha me tasmad anya priya taro bhuvi. Most famous shloka quoted in our movement for preaching. Yeah.
I'll read to you.
One. Yes.
There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear.
Who become instructor of Bhagavad Gita for the people in general who are not envious of Krishna. So that's what's been said over here. So there is no servant in this world. If you see, he is writing in a very superlative degree. Priya Taro. He has already said Priya Taro. So Priya Taro means now Anya Priya Taro Bhuvi. Nobody in this world will be there greater, dearer to me than who instruct this message of Bhagavad Gita to the people, not to the devotees, to the people, and uplift them in their Krishna consciousness. So there is no servant in this world more dearer to me. So we have to do, he is writing servant. Prabhupada has added this word. There is no servant in this material world. Actually, as such, if you see in the translation, in the words, there is no such word, servant. So the word is actually manushyesu, among men. The Prabhupada has added no servant. There's no servant in this world. No more dear to me than he, nor will there be one more dear. You know, so neither in the past there was somebody who was more dear to me than this kind of a devotee, this kind of servant. Neither in the present, neither in the future there will be anybody and greater than those servants of mine who actually go and instruct the message of Bhagavad Gita to the people in general. Anasuya way, people who are non-envious, they go and present to them and make them uplifted in Krishna consciousness. So, and actually, this is the meaning of, accepting servantship. Krishna says, Sarvadhan Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Vaja. So means what? Are become my servant, loyal, faithful servant. Abandon all varieties of religion. So he has said many things over there. Finally, he wants us to make us the best servant. He wants us, all of us, to become his servant. Jivra Sarupa Krishna Sadas, accept that process, accept that title, accept that designation, live by it. And to be honest, instructing Bhagavad Gita, if we actually understand Bhagavad Gita with humility, with the mood of a being servant, if we are actually presenting Bhagavad Gita to people in general, we are marching on a path of becoming a more surrendered devotee, not with the ego presenting it. So somebody said, for a great souls, preaching is done out of compassion. For normal souls, preaching has to be done as a part of their sadhana. So this is a part of a sadhana. ये अब जन्म सार्थक का अपना पार्ट है, परोपकार का पार्ट नहीं है हमारे लिए, मेरे लिए ये जन्म सार्थक का पार्ट है. That is truth. When I am presenting, to be honest, when I am presenting this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, with whatever I have, so to be honest, I am the maximum beneficiary. Now that Bhagavatam very clearly says, and Bhagavatam says that 3 levels of beneficiary of Bhagavad Katha. First level of beneficiary, the maximum, is a speaker only. Second, one who asks the question. Third, the general audience. So the maximum beneficiary is me. ये अपना पार्ट है जन्म सार्थक का, है ना, ये परोपकार का पार्ट नहीं है. So for people, for devotees who are still sadhana bhaktas, sadhakas, and it is best to understand when we go out to preach or share this message, is that is my purification. This is my purification program. It is, and we should have a concern for people in general. Now that also purifies me, because generally I am a selfish fellow thinking constantly about me. So now it's a time to think about them and present. It's my purification. उसका होना हो जाएगा for sure, but it's my purification for sure. So now after speaking this, so Krishna over here, somebody may say, why Gita wisdom is to be told both, to be distributed and to be hidden, right? No, Krishna said it has to be hidden. 18.67, 18.68, 69, which you read. Krishna said, hey, go and distribute, become my, and that is the way you will become most dear to me. So it's critically bit. I hope you will have this in your mind. ये थोड़ा सा अजीब सा है. भगवान बोल भी रहे हैं, condition apply कर रहे हैं, फिर एक तो से बोल भी रहे हैं, is no more dear, nobody is more dearer to me than. So why such? It is very simple. So it is, it's like, we can explain this to using a metaphor. Suppose, majority of your parents, you can very easily understand. Now, suppose a parent has a huge wealth, has a huge wealth, and and it is meant for to be inherited by his children, But if some of their children who are very immature, very irresponsible to value the wealth, the treasury, they may lose or even squander it. So the parent will like what? They may like to keep the treasury hidden from those children. Simultaneously, parent will also want that those who, they like 4 siblings are there, so if 2 are badmash, so the parent will surely say, hey, ये 2 लोग को, ये दो बदमाश हैं, इनसे अपना मानो फ्रिज में बहुत सारा ईटेबल्स है, चॉकलेट है, बहुत है, ये 2 लोग को नहीं मिलना चाहिए, फ्रिज को लॉक होना चाहिए, है ना. They will just eat chocolate and make make them also suffer, and they will spoil money also, and then the money will go in actually saturating their teeth also and their belly also. पैसा medicine में भी जाएगा. ये दोनों को हम लोग को चाबी नहीं मिलना चाहिए ना. Sometimes they put the lock in the fridge. But other two children, what the parent will like, generally will like the other two who are responsible children. They will like that no parent will want that responsible children to know about the treasury, and even will want that these two good children should inspire the other two, their siblings, to become responsible. So while becoming responsible, they were never like that, no, you just give the chabi of the fridge to them. No. So that is why Krishna is saying, my two children who are good, they should know the treasure. Whereas the other two fellows who are not so good, they should not know the treasury right now. But I want them to know eventually when they are set right. So that is why Krishna in 67 said, ये दो बच्चे बदमाश हैं, जो बदमाश हैं उनको ट्रेजरी भगवद गीता का नहीं देने का, बट जो दो अच्छे हैं उनको दो, जो देगा उसको भी फायदा होगा, जो पाएगा उसको भी फायदा होगा. So he wants us to give the message. So that's what he is saying. That is why he is saying the both ways sentences shlokas he is quoting. So the Gita's message of love is to be treasured both by conceiving it from those who don't value it and sharing with those who value it. So it has to be done by both. So that's so. So Krishna is restricting his sharing of his message in 67 just to that these people will not misuse it, who are irresponsible children. So same way, like a father, the same way, has some, the father generally need a responsible son to do some difficult and dangerous assignments, and he will encourage his son that he may assure that that if you do it, if you even go into this dangerous assignment which is assigning you, I'll save you. Like Prabhupada said, anybody will go to Japan and preach, I'll save you even if you fall. Right? So Prabhupada was encouraging, he was not encouraging fall down. He was encouraging, that he was encouraging his good disciples, that go and take that risk. And even if some problem is, I am here, I'll give you assurance, I'll protect you. But if this is known, and there are people who misuse it, and they quote this fasting. Prabhupada said to Japan, that devotee, Maharaj, that even if you go and fall down, I'll protect you. So this means, and then today people will also say, they say it. Prabhupada ने बोला प्रचार करें, गिर भी जाए तो Prabhupada जी बचाएंगे, अरे ये misuse है, so this is misusing, this is not been said to, it was a specific instruction to a specific devotee. But if such instruction is misapplied, then it is like, ठीक है 16 माला करूँ या ना करूँ, 4 नियम पालन करूँ या ना करूँ, I behave well with devotees or not behave, I do aparad or sin, what does it matter? I'll preach and Prabhupada will save me because I'm following Prabhupada. Hey, this is misusing. This is not just misusing, this is exploitation of the merciful nature of Krishna or the Prabhupada. So that is why Krishna is putting a restriction on 18.66. That if you go and tell people, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo, अरे मैं सारे पापों से बचा दूंगा, तो लोग क्या बोलेंगे, पाप करेंगे, अब बोलेंगे क्या, the people may not, and they will not be spiritually evolved, and they will be they will do and indulge in material pleasures, and I will not understand the spiritual side of it and leave alone God's spiritual love for everyone, and they will misuse to do wrong things, and they may claim divine immunity in the name of being surrendered. हम surrendered हैं, लेकिन क्या अहो बतो no, no, not that shloka, that shloka sadhu eva mantavya अपि चेत सुदुराचार, हम दुराचार में पड़ भी गए, लेकिन क्या भगवान ने बोला हम साधु हैं, है ना? तो भगवान बचाएंगे मेरे को, हाँ वो पाप करते रहेगा. So such people, no, dangerous people. No. So that's why Krishna is saying, those who are actually want to exploit me, those who want to exploit my teaching, nobody can exploit Krishna by the way, but those who want to exploit teachings of the Krishna, to do what they wish to do, to such people, such confidential knowledge should not be spoken. So I hope now it makes it very clear, why Krishna is speaking, these kind of sentences over here, these three verses. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, just wanted to please correct me if I'm wrong. I was just thinking that Krishna said, अगर ये करोगे तो तुमको प्योर डिवोशनल सर्विस मिलेगी, बट ही नेवर सेड कि अगर ये गलती हो जाएगी, मान लो इफ वी गिव इट टू समवन हु इज नॉट डिवोटी, तो कुछ बुरा होगा तुम्हारे. एटलीस्ट मतलब वी कैन हैव दिस होप कि अगर कुछ ऐसा होता भी है तो ही नेवर सेड कि तुम्हारा भक्ति चला जाएगा.
No, never is it. In fact, the other two siblings which are good, and they tried to correct the other two siblings who are bad. They tried. Father will never say, तुमने क्यों उसको दिया? अरे अच्छा ही है, दे रहा है. But we should also keep to be honest, we are in movement of Lord Chaitanya. ये कृष्ण का statement है.
Yes, Prabhuji, this is what I was thinking. As
हम तो सबको जाके बुक बांटते हैं, जिसको नहीं भी चाहिए उसको भी थमाते हैं.
यारे देखा तारे का है कृष्ण उपदेश.
हाँ, और कभी कभी डिवोटीज बिकम सो enthusiastic that they may go, they come to know ये मुस्लिम का स्कूल है, तब भी जाते हैं. कोई क्लिक हो गया. so we go off track in that way. But we should remember why Krishna is stating. He is not a hard-hearted man. He is a very compassionate. He is Suhridam Sarva Bhutana. That is to make us understand that how Sarva Bhutana, Suhridam Sarva Bhutana, and this shloka 18.67, where he is saying, no, don't do. How it acts? Because he doesn't want them to exploit his teaching and further go down in that. Is it? So, this is why it's been said over here. So now, then Krishna, he starts saying, he starts saying more about the glories of Bhagavad Gita. He himself is going to present. What happens? Abhi bataya what happens? Those who share, what is their position? Now he says something about those who study also. So here he says, Adhyeshyate cha ya imam dharmayam samvadam avyayo jnana yagnena tenaham istah swayam iti me matihi. Read this, a small one.
And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence.
अभी जो पढ़ेगा उसको what he does, he worships me by his intelligence, है ना? ज्ञान यज्ञेय तेनाहम. Actually, just by somebody भक्ति यज्ञ में भगवान ने क्यों बोला है? क्यों नहीं बोला ज्ञान यज्ञ ना क्यों बोला? No, it is no, this jnana is actually related to bhakti. No? This jnana is not a jnana section, which is just about yam niyam and all those. It's about jnana, about those he is worshipping me through his intelligence. So that is why we say we say engage your senses, working senses, in the active service of the Lord. Engage your mind in hearing the name and glories of the Lord. Now, mind has to be engaged. That's very important. Not just the ear has to be engaged while hearing. Mind has to be engaged also. Very prominent. And in reading scriptures and understanding scriptures, one uses his intelligence. So the most profound way of making one's intelligence sharpen is of reading scriptures, studying scriptures. And with that sharp intelligence, one can cut the false allurements of the mind. So and I declare, the word is declare. Huh? No, no, anybody who does that, who's reading, no, dharmayam, samvadam, avyayoho, who read this sacred samvad between me and you, Arjuna, अध्यस्त अध्ययन जो करेगा इसका, इस संवाद का, जो धर्म संवाद है, सेक्रेड है ना, he is doing ज्ञान यज्ञेन तेना इष्ट स्वयं स्वयं इति मे मतिः. This is my opinion, I declare it. So Krishna over here is actually very openly declaring and recommending everyone, those who have this faith. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead, or theoretically, at least he has accepted Krishna to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he should read this, Krishna's message, which he is giving to everyone, and do the Jnana Yajna. So this verse is very clear. Is a result of anybody who studies Gita. So by studying Gita, actually you are worshipping Krishna through our intelligence. That's what has been meant. This is Krishna's opinion, and there is no other higher opinion than Krishna's opinion. So, and he's saying, I'm easily attained by a person who studies Bhagavad Gita. So, those who speak Bhagavad Gita, they attain pure devotional service, they go back to him. Those who study Bhagavad Gita, they worship Krishna through their intelligence, and easily, and Krishna becomes easily obtainable by him. So both way. So, but by the way, you remember over here, Krishna is saying, he's not saying, if you study Bhagavad Gita, you become most dear to me. He doesn't say that. He just only says over there, those who are instructors of Bhagavad Gita. So over there is something, added benefit Krishna means, he is mentioning an added, benefit that an instructor gets than who just studying Bhagavad Gita for his own. So that ours is very clear. That is why Mahaprabhu movement is to preach the message. So over here, Krishna has said very clearly that read and teach, both you do. So then it will be very good. So this is what. So two views of the role of intelligence in bhakti. So bhakti practitioners, there are two views of the role of intelligence in bhakti. Bhakti practitioners often have a very different understanding about intelligence. Maybe positive, negative, both. See, on the negative side, some devotee feel that if I overuse of they feel that overuse of intelligence may make them dry jnani, critical intellectuals bereft of devotion. And a positive side, devotee may think that they acknowledge that many of the greatest devotee teachers have used their intelligence to write serious philosophical work. They wrote book not just to convince intellectual, but also to guide practitioners. So right now, you'll be hearing both, hey, jara gyani ki tarah mat paro. And somebody will say, hey, we should read, and so that we can present it in a proper way, and all those things. So we have to combine these two. We have to combine these two views on the role of intelligence. So, and Chaitanya Charanpru says about this. He's the right person to speak about this particular thing. He says there is an instrumental role and there's an integral role. You know, and so instrumental role is what? Intelligence is a tool by which we serve Krishna. And integral true role is what? If we truly love someone, we long to offer them our entire being, including intelligence. So, so our instrumental, so we can use intelligence. Now we have to know it that anyway we have to use it as an instrument, the intelligence, or use it as an integral part of devotion.
Prabhuji, can you please repeat what is instrumental?
Okay. Instrumental role is intelligence is a tool by which we can serve Krishna. And to be honest, when you see Chaitanya Charan Prabhu giving all those presentations, it's intelligence for him. Intelligence is a tool by which he serves Krishna. And integral role is what? If we truly, an integral part is if we love someone, we give them kaya, manasa, vacha, buddhi, everything. So then we give everything to Krishna. So what I'll explain more. Instrumental role is very clear. Like see, somebody has ability of drawing, somebody has ability of singing, somebody has ability of dressing Krishna's, they have understanding of colors combination. Some people don't have zero combination. उनको समझ में नहीं आता. उसके लिए सब black and white ही. क्या color क्या नहीं. Some people have. So those who have such ability of music or anything, any cooking, some people have no understanding of rag and tal, sur and tal. क्या ताल क्या सुर सब बेकार हो जाता है. वो गाएगा बोले गा तो रहा हूँ पर इतना अच्छा गा रहा था, ताल मैच नहीं कर रहा तुम्हारा, तो उसको कुछ समझ में नहीं आता. But anyhow, those who have, similarly, they should use in service of Krishna. That becomes a tool for them to render some service to Krishna. Similarly, intellectual, those who have intellectual ability, to understand, the scriptures, being within the boundaries of Paribhasa Sutra. Not that they use the intelligence to bring out a new purport, to new purports which none of the acharyas have ever given, none of the Vaishnava acharyas have ever given. That is straight mental and philosophical speculation, good for nothing. But those who have intellectual ability, then we should use it in Krishna's service. Means bifurcating verses, understanding it, reading it, and understanding the analogies, arranging, seeing it with how it is applicable in the world, and presenting it in that way. So we can use it. We can use our intelligence to convince, and one way is also to use your intelligence to convince yourselves to keep doing devotional service, even when we don't feel inspired to. Second is how we can use the intelligence as instrumental role, and as instrumental role is that we use our intelligence to explain to others these bhakti principles and practices. So both way, right? So it's instrumental. Buddhi yoga, Krishna says, as instrumental over there. You use this buddhi which I am giving you to be convinced on the path of Krishna consciousness. And second, use your intelligence faculty to present logically to the youth or people who are scientific minded and help them to come up. An integral role is what? If that as our intelligence is also a part of we would naturally want to offer our intelligence to our Lord. So we can use our intelligence not to only improve our various offerings to our Lord, but also to make intellectual offerings such as composing devotional songs, poetry for Krishna's pleasure, something like that, doing it both way. So it is an instrumental role, which serves Krishna. By serves Krishna intelligence can be instrument, Intelligence can also be used as an integral part of your service, of your, yeah. Some people, they can memorize uh, very quick slokas, very quickly they summarize slokas, especially, under what I have seen, and it's not a general statement. But those are doctors, actually have a habit of mucking up a lot. फटाफट पढ़ता है, फटाफट याद रखता है उसको, you know. You know, some people are like that. They can compose poems. They can sutraize तुरंत कुछ भी दो, तुरंत से acronym बना कर दे देगा. So what they're in their integral role. They're using intelligence as an integral role in bhakti. So both way. So we should no, we should not fear. If we have that ability, we have that, and Krishna is giving extra added intelligence. We should use in these both ways without any any kind of confusion, but within the four walls of Vaishnava Siddhanta, very proper, as given to us by Srila Prabhupada. Not composing a song, a poem which goes beyond just, not like that. This mental speculation, also not like that. So this is what is being stated over here. Krishna has to be worshipped, in both ways. Okay. So now, 12, 13. I'll go to the next now, 71. If you have any questions, hand in between. Else I'll be rushing now. Shraddhavan anasuyascha shrunuyad api vo yo naraha soapi mukta subhal lokan prapnuyad punya karmanam. Please read. Please read.
And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. Purport. In the 67th verse of this chapter, the Lord explicitly forbade the Gita's being spoken to those who are envious of the Lord. In other words, Bhagavad Gita is for the devotees only. But it so happens that sometimes a devotee of the Lord will hold open class, and in that class not all the students are expected to be devotees. Why do such persons hold open class? It is explained here that although not everyone is a devotee, still there are many men who are not envious of Krishna. They have faith in him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If such persons hear from a bona fide devotee about the Lord, the result is that they become at once free from all sinful reactions, and after that attain to the planetary system where all righteous persons are situated. Therefore, simply by hearing Bhagavad Gita, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives Thus, a pure devotee of the Lord gives everyone a chance to become free from all sinful reactions and to become a devotee of the Lord. Generally, those who are free from sinful reactions, those who are righteous, very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The word Punya Karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifices like the Ashwamedha Yajna mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service, but who are not pure, can attain the planetary system of the pole star or Dhruvalok, where Dhruv Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord, and he has a special planet which is called the pole star. Surrender unto me.
So now, because the question may come, hey, Lord, you are saying anybody who reads Bhagavad Gita, he is doing Jnana Yajna for you and will attain you. There are many fellows who read. Mayavadis also read. But they don't. Do they attain? They don't attain. For Mayavadis or is aparadi, they are envious. They are reading that itself is nonsense. But there are still many people who may not be Mayavadi, but they are materialist. But they are reading Bhagavad Gita. They are writing commentary on you. on your Bhagavad Gita, do they attain you? No. So then why don't what you are saying? So then Krishna is saying, wait. If those fellows who read Bhagavad Gita but don't apply Bhagavad Gita in their life, so what will happen to them? They will attain auspicious planet where the pious dwell. So no, that's what has been said. No, Prabhupada is writing, which I am highlighting in a yellow portion. That it's that therefore simply by hearing Bhagavad, even a person who does not try to be a devotee attains the result of righteous activities. Means what, if you see this, even a person who does not try to be a pure devotee. But after reading Bhagavad Gita, ideally a devotee should try to become a pure devotee. Man, he should have a abhilasha hona chahiye. Morai abhilash, no, vilas kunje diyo bas. We sing that every day. He should try to become a pure devotee. If he doesn't try, he is just, अच्छा लगा भगवान ने क्या लॉजिकल बोला है भगवत गीता में, वाह वाह वाह, ऐसा बस इतना ही है क्या बोला है देखो कर्म के सेक्शन एकदम systematically he has said. He just likes that but doesn't apply it in his life. He has no interest in becoming a pure devotee. Like, typically Dr. Patel was a Mayavadi who had a conversation with Prabhupada, on Juhu Beach. But how much slokas he knew? If you read, with so many. But so for such people, it's been said, somebody read Bhagavad Gita, but they don't apply, they will the well means what? What is a pious dwelling? We say Dhruv Loka. Dhruv Loka means pious means where my devotees reside. Because they need more inspiration maybe to practice devotion, to practice Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna says, भेज देता हूँ मैं वहां पे जहाँ मेरे भक्त हैं ध्रुव लोक, ध्रुव महाराज रहे वहां पे, ध्रुव लोक में जाएगा, कुछ संग लेगा, कुछ सीखेगा, कुछ प्रैक्टिस करेगा शायद, right? So this means one has, after reading Bhagavad Gita, this is outcome. That outcome of reading Bhagavad Gita should be that I wish to become a pure devotee of the Lord. So that's what has been stated over here, and we have to try that. It's not that just by reading and nobody follows anything and we become pure devotee. That will not happen for any one of us. So does the scripture and glorification of speaking and hearing has been spoken. Lord now is saying this about, saying very clearly that one has to comprehend the meaning of the scripture and realize the scripture. And if you have not completely understood, my dear, I'll again teach you, no problem. And that's what this Krishna is saying. No, over here, I'm ready to teach you. Oh, he will say that, he will say this also in the next one, probably more clearly. But over here, he's saying, if somebody does not understand, he'll go to Dhruva Loka, something like that, where pious people they live, they perform Aswamedh sacrifices and all those things. Now he says, now 72 number shloka, he moves towards and says some more. Yeah, over here. Kachad etak shrutam partha त्वया एकाग्रेण चेतसा त्वया काग्रेण चेतसा कचित् अज्ञान सम्मोहा प्राणस्तस्ते धनंजय. O son of Pritha.
O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind, and are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? Purport. The Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. If not, the Lord was ready to re-explain any point, or the whole Bhagavad Gita if so required. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representative will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. To read the
read. Read, hold.
Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual representative is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Surrender.
Yeah, surrender. So now Krishna over here is asking Arjun, समझ में आया, O conqueror of wealth, O Dhananjay, what you heard from me, Shrutam Partha, eh, Tvai ekagrana chetasah. Did you heard with an attentive mind? You heard na with attentive mind or not? I was speaking. Surely, sir, I know, I was hearing you. So that's why I asked so many questions. Why you were saying I didn't heard with attentive mind? But I've been hearing with distracted mind. How I would have asked question? Okay. Kachit agyana sammoha. So now you tell me whether your agyan and illusion, which was there in the beginning of our talk, did it dispelled or not? Pranashtha. अरे खत्म हुआ या नहीं? O conqueror of wealth, tell me. So he's asking. This means it's very clear. In the previous verse, it was very clear. You read Bhagavad Gita, we should come to the understanding of following Bhagavad Gita to be a pure devotee. And what should also happen is this: what Krishna is asking to Arjuna. See, our ignorance, our illusion should be gone. Our illusion and ignorance should be gone. Agyan sammoha. So should be dispelled. And that's what Prabhupada is mentioning over here, that Krishna is asking as a teacher. Teacher's role is nahi samajh mein aata, dobara samjhayega. As Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya asked Lord Chaitanya, are you understanding? For 7 days you didn't ask any question, but you are hearing. Did you understood or not? That's anyway. Any teacher asks their student, hey, samajh mein aa raha hai ya upar se ja raha hai? No, it is going on or not. So Krishna is what he is. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from bona fide Krishna Maharaj, Krishna representative, will find all his ignorance dispelled. And nahi hua hai, so I'm ready to re-explain. Krishna is very ready. So it's a duty of a teacher. नहीं आया तो ठीक है, ये मत बोलो मेरा फीस इतना ही क्लास के लिए था. No, it happens na. No, when you go to some any materialistic coaching classes or इतना ही क्लास का था, अभी से आगे नहीं. So no, that's not the way of a teacher. Teacher means it is his duty that he should make sure that his student actually understands. So Krishna is teaching. This is the art of teaching. This is one of the quality of a teacher. He should be ready to re-explain any point or the whole Bhagavad Gita if so required. Wow, it's not patience. It's very, very, very amazing. So any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or hear from his bona fide spiritual representative is sure to become liberated person and get out of the darkness. So this is the promise being given. So each one of us should also think that I guarantee some things surely would have been, ignorance would have been dispelled. Many times we have many kinds of conceptions which we have got from many places here, there. After straight reading purports of Prabhupada and hearing the explanation, if somebody is giving it properly, many things, many knots in the heart is opened up. Slackened, the knots are slackened or cut open. Because and when they cut open, we feel a great relief. So the Lord speaks with this verse to know, समझ में आया अर्जुन या नहीं, करने वाले क्या हो? In one way he's asking, what are you going to do? No, is your illusion, ignorance dispelled or not? Now what you will do? So now after hearing, here Bhagavad Gita ends actually. Bhagavad Gita ends. Now the audience is going to give his review, feedback to the teacher. So now we are going to hear the feedback of Arjun, Sanjay, and personalities like that over here. So actually many things can be spoken, but I have to be on the track. So now here, Arjuna Vacha. Now Arjuna is going to give a feedback to his teacher. Arjuna Vacha. Nasto moha state labda vat mayachyuta stito asmi kata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Yeah, please read.
Arjun said,
Arjun said, okay.
Prabhuji,
Arjun said, oh, yes, okay. Arjun said, my dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now calm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instruction.
Read.
The constitutional position of the living entity, represented by the Arjuna, is that he has to act according to the order of Supreme Lord. He, he is meant for a self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual position of living entity is that of an eternal servant of Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes a conditioned by the material nature. But in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes the liberated servant of God. The living entity the living entity, the constitutional position is to be a servitor. He has to serve either the illusory Maya, or the Supreme Lord. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he is in normal condition. But if he prefers to serve the illusory external energy, then certainly he will be in bondage. In illusion, the living entity is serving in this material world. He is bound by his lust and desire, yet he thinks of himself as the master of the world. This is called illusion. When a person is liberated, his illusion is over, and and he voluntarily surrenders unto the Supreme to act according to his desires. The last illusions and the last tenor of Maya to trap the living entity is the proposition that he is a God. The living entity thinks that he is no longer a conditional soul, but God. He is an unintelligent. He is he is so unintelligent that he does not think that if he were a God, then how could he be in doubt? That he does not consider. So, that is the last snare of illusion. Actually, to become free from the illusory energy is to understand the Krishna Supreme Personality of Godhead and agree to act according to his order. The word moha is very important in this verse. Moha refers to that which is opposed to knowledge. Actually, the real knowledge is the understanding that every every living being is an eternal servitor of the Lord. But instead of thinking oneself is that position, the living entity thinks that he is not a servant, that he is the master of all the material world, for he wants to be lord it over the material world. That is his illusion. These illusions can be overcome by the mercy of Lord or by the mercy of your deity. When that illusion is over, one agrees to act in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is acting according to the Krishna's order. Of conditional souls illusioned by the external energy of matter does not know that the Supreme Lord is the Master who is full of knowledge and who is the proprietor of everything. Whatever he desires, whatever desires, he can best upon his devotee. He is the friend of everyone. He is especially inclined to his devotees. He is the controller of the material nature and all living entities. He is also control of inexhaustible time. He is the full of all opulences and potencies, all potencies. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can even give himself to devotee. One who does not know him is under the spell of illusion, does not become a devotee, but the servitor. The Arjuna, however, after hearing this Bhagavad Gita from the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
become free from illusion. He could understand that the Krishna was not only his friend but the supreme personality of Godhead, and he understood Krishna actually. So that so to study Bhagavad Gita is to understand Krishna factually. When a person is in full knowledge, he naturally surrenders to Krishna. When Arjuna understand that it was agreed to fight according to Krishna's desire, he again took up his weapon, his arrow and bow, to fight under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes. So now, so it is very clear. What does it mean? Prabhupada wrote a very huge purport to make us understand what it means. That when Arjuna is saying, "My dear sir, now I have regained my memory by your mercy. My illusion is gone. I am free from doubt. I am now firm and prepared to fight." So basically, two words, which is now Nashto Moha Smritir Labdha Prasadat Tat Prasadam Maya Achyuta Sthito Me Asmi Gata Sandeha Karishye Vachanam Tava. I'll follow whatever you're going to say. Prabhupada explained these two words. What does it mean? Nashto Moha Smritir Labdha. Right now. So Prabhupada has explained over here illusion. No, he has explained very clearly the illusion word, which is represented by moha. You know, very clearly he explained, huge he has written about it. So he has explained something about moha as saying, basically, any one of you like to say what Prabhupada means to say over here by moha? Moha, basically. Any one of you?
Prabhuji, because in the beginning, Arjun was thinking that all these are my relatives. So the moha was related to his relationship with all the people on the battlefield. That's why this word moha is used.
Okay, no, okay, that's right, Mataji. In the purport, does Prabhupada mean to say about moha? You're right. But I want to more about purport, what you understood. Huge purport, so I want to know what you understood about moha.
Prabhupada mentioned that moha is what is opposite of knowledge, illusion. Right?
Yes.
So he was in illusion.
He was in illusion. Go. I want to hear from something from any one of you more.
Yes,
What does it mean, oppose of knowledge? Yes.
Moha means to think that I am not the servant of God.
Okay. Anybody who thinks I'm the master is opposed to the knowledge of God. Anybody else? Anything else? That comes in your mind?
The second thing is that we are servants, but we are serving whom? We are serving Krishna or we are serving Maya? So that is
Okay. Okay, right. We are serving whom? In the same way. No. Give up mastership. If you think yourself master, we are in more. If you think ourselves to be a servant of the Lord, we are in knowledge. Prabhupada says something more. Okay. So, no, he says something very clearly. He says, on whose order are you acting? And if somebody acts on Krishna's order, he is not in more. Somebody acts on anybody else's order, apart from Krishna's order, he's in more. Krishna consciousness is acting according to Krishna's desire, order. But a condition so illusioned by external energy of matter does not know the Supreme Lord as a master and a proprietor of everything. He does not know all this, that he is a friend. The Lord is a friend, and the Lord wants to serve his devotees. He doesn't know all this. So what he does, he tries to minimize Krishna's order. And he acts according to his own will or Maya's will. So these are two prominent things that when Krishna he's saying for us very clear, moha destroying means I am not the proprietor, sir. I am not the controller. I am not the enjoyer. Sir, you are. Krishna is the controller, proprietor, enjoyer. That's the meaning. And the next thing is that moha means destroyed means I act according to Krishna's order. not to what my mind orders me, what my senses order me, what my anybody else orders me. My master is Krishna. That's what is the whole thing. The two are very prominent over here being spoken. So Prabhupada is writing very clearly these things. The one who does not know him, does not know Krishna, he is under the spell of illusion. He does not become a devotee, friend of Maya. That's what he said. So, I, first here, before we act, before we make a choice to act, we do contemplate on something. We do have something in our mind. By keeping that in the mind, we take choice. We make more choices. So now that's the whole thing. More destroyed means he will act. He will think based on Krishna's order or Guru's order. That means so moh khatam. And if he doesn't think क्या गुरु जी बोलते हैं, क्या प्रभुपाद जी बोलते हैं, क्या भगवान बोलते हैं, सब बाहर हटाओ, जो अच्छा लगता है वही करते हैं. मानो कोई ऐसा है, is मोह, right? So moh. So that's why now he is saying करिष्ये वचनम तव. अभी मैं और किसी का सुनूंगा, ना अपने मन का सुनूंगा, ना अपने बुद्धि का सुनूंगा, ना अपने ये रिलेटिव्स का सुनूंगा. अभी मैं आपका सुनूंगा. जो आप सुनाओगे वही कर. That's a meaning, करिष्ये वचनम तव. हाँ. So somebody may use, hey, what is this? He has surrendered his intelligence. It is very bad. हाँ, ये तो एकदम कायरता है. This is not proper. No, no. This is actually intelligence. Why? Oh, because he has understood. Arjuna understood who is actually intelligent. Krishna is actually intelligent. Why? He knows the past, he knows the present, he knows the future, and he is our friend, best friend. So he has all power, he has all control, he has everything. To identify Krishna to be most intelligent is the right use of our intelligence. And one who does not identify Krishna to be the most intelligent, he is not intelligent. That person is not, he is a gada. Sorry to say that word. But then, somehow, sometime Hindi comes in that way. So, no, Jai Bhaje Krishna Sei Bara Chatur. Aar sab murk. Aar sab murk mera added hai. But Jai Bhaje Krishna Sei Bara Chatur. So, over here that's been said. So, surrender, we have to know. He's saying, Karishya Vachanam Tava. Surrender is not passive, it is active. So, we have to know Krishna's will and follow. And how to know Krishna's will? So much has been said to us. So, we have to know it and then follow it. And know what to say about my emotions. Oh, make your emotion in line with Krishna's instruction. That's what been said. But when I get very disheartened, my energy goes down. How to restore it? No problem. Go back to Bhagavad Gita, read it, restore, follow it. So Bhagavad Gita is a very, very beautiful book. Not just a book which is about question and answer. There's a lot of emotions into this. Also, while Arjuna is posing his questions over here, a lot of emotions. So somebody can understand that emotions and can actually satisfy his emotional need also. So and make his emotion in line with Krishna's instruction. So that's what we have to do. Each one of us has to do. Next. Yeah, any questions? Because now Sanjay is sorry. This is Satyam Chandra. So Sanjay will speak his feedback. If you don't have, I will go ahead. Sanjay Uvacha. इति अहं वासुदेवस्य पार्थस्य महात्मनः संवादम् इमम् अश्रूसम् Adbhutam Romaharshanam. Yeah, please read.
I'll read, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Sanjay said, "Thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. Also, so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end." Purport. In the In the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra inquired from his secretary Sanjaya what happened on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. The entire study was related to the heart of Sanjaya by the grace of his spiritual master Vyas. He thus explains the theme of the battlefield. The conversation was wonderful because such an important conversation between two great souls had never taken place before and would not take place again. It was wonderful because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was speaking about himself and his energies to the living entity. Arjuna, a great devotee of the Lord. If we follow in the footstep of Arjuna to understand Krishna, then our life will be happy and successful. Sanjay has realized this, and as he began to understand it, he related the conversation to Dhritarashtra. Now it is concluded that wherever there is Krishna and Arjuna, there is a victory.
So now he said, Sanjay is saying, Adbhutam Romaharshanam. Oh, it's very interesting. Oh, Dhritarashtra ji, बहुत मजा आया. And it make my hair stand on end. So, so finally, actually, in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra asked, hey, Mamaka Pandavas, what they are doing? Probably, maybe Pandavas have given up fighting because of Dharma Kshetra. What has happened? So, when he heard the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Dhritarashtra was happy. Hari bol, maybe Arjun will not fight now and will go to forest. Arjun will not fight from Pandava side. No more war. Finished. So now, but he has heard. He now is asking Arjun, Sanjay, hey, tell me, what happened? Last 45 minutes, what happened? Tell. Now, what Krishna spoke to Arjun? He said, Sishyastima sadhimam tvam prapannam. Are kya hua uske baad? Batao. He is saying, Adbhutam, Romaharshanam, Samvadam. I heard entire Samvad between these two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. Iti aham Vasudevasya Parthasya cha Mahatmanah. Oh, what happened? This Samvad happened between Krishna, Vasudevasya, and Parthasya, and Arjuna. Oh, these are two great souls, Mahatmana. He's now glorifying Arjun also. Samvadam imam, ashrausam. He's never been heard, will never be heard also. It's Adbhutam, Romaharshanam. This is the feedback of Sanjay. So he's saying, beautiful it is. And it's to me very threatening because he's now going to tell. Nah, he's not telling. He's not told right now. He, Arjun, has declared Karishye Vachanam Tava. But he is declaring something more dangerous to Dhritarashtra. He will declare now something which is more dangerous. What is that dangerous? Prabhupada writes in that. It is going to conclude. Where there is Krishna, Arjuna, there is victory. Sons will get defeated. No, for sure, Dhritarashtra. So now 75th number. Vyasa prasada Shrutavan etad puhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayata swayam. So Asanjay one is continuing. Yes. Please read.
Okay, I'll read. By the mercy of Vyas, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjun. Vyas was the spiritual master of Sanjay, and Sanjay admits that it was by Vyas's mercy that he could understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This means that one has to understand Krishna not directly but through the medium of the spiritual master. The spiritual master is the transparent medium, although it is true that the experience is still direct. This is the mystery of the disciplic succession. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly, as Arjun heard it. There are many mystics and yogis all over the world, but Krishna is the master of all yoga systems, Krishna's instructions is explicitly stated in Bhagavad Gita, surrender unto Krishna. One who does so is the topmost yogi. This is confirmed in the last verse of the sixth chapter, Yoginam api sarvesham.
Yeah. So just sorry to interrupt. So in the first paragraph of this purport, when it's been said, spiritual master is transparent via media, although it is true that experience is still direct. This is a mystery of deceptive success. When the spiritual master is bona fide, then one can hear Bhagavad Gita directly, as Arjuna heard it. So you all will be knowing Shyam Sundar Prabhu told to Prabhupada, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, yes, that I had a dream, or somebody, no, told that I had a dream. He told to Prabhupada that I had a dream that I saw in the dream. Krishna was speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, and then the whole situation changed, Prabhupada, and I saw you speaking Bhagavad Gita to us. And then he went and told that to Prabhupada. Prabhupada said, yes, this is right. No, because what Krishna spoke to Arjuna, that's what I have given to you all. So there's a direct experience. That's what has been said. So hearing from spiritual master, is the same as hearing from Krishna. That's what has been said. Acha. Oh, you have to read more. Acha, we'll read this purport for sure. Please continue, Prabhuji. Yeah. Narad.
Narad is the direct disciple of Krishna and spiritual master of Vyas. Therefore, Vyas is bona fide as Arjun because he comes in the disciplic succession. And Sanjay is the direct disciple of Vyas. Therefore, by the grace of Vyas, Sanjay's senses were purified and he could see and hear Krishna directly. One who directly hears Krishna can understand his confidential knowledge. If one does not come to the disciplic succession, he cannot hear Krishna. Therefore, his knowledge is always imperfect, at least as far as understanding Bhagavad Gita is concerned. In Bhagavad Gita, all the yoga systems, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga, are explained. Krishna is the master of all such mysticism. It is to be understood, however, that as Krishna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly, as Arjuna was fortunate enough to understand Krishna directly, so by the grace of Vyas, Sanjay was also able to hear Krishna directly. Actually, there is no difference between hearing directly from Krishna and hearing directly from Krishna via bona fide spiritual master, like Vyas. The spiritual master is the representative of Vyasdeva also. Therefore, according to the Vedic systems, on the birthday of the spiritual master, the disciples conduct the ceremony called Vyas Puja.
So that's what the whole is this. There is no difference between hearing from Krishna and hearing directly from Krishna, or through hearing from a bona fide spiritual master like Vyas and his representative, whoever is there. So if we hear, and we should hear with faith, we should, and if we think maybe if Krishna himself would have come and spoken to me, I would have taken it more, with faith. But I don't know what this Prabhu or this Maharaj is saying, or this great soul is saying. Whether it is fine or not is applicable to me or not, God knows. If you have such question, better ask, clarify with someone, but don't put that statement into a box which you want to say good for nothing, not for me. Be careful. No, that will not help us to grow in our spiritual life. So now I'll just finish it off. Rajan samsritya samvadam imam adbhutam Keshava Arjuna yuh punyam vishyami cha muhurmuhu. Okay, read. None of you.
O king, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment.
So
Da.
this is his. Yeah. He has said, no. As I repeatedly, muhu muhu. Na? So Keshava Arjuna punyam samvadam imadbhutam. So it is very interesting, my dear, and it was very thrilling at every moment. You know. So we have to also think how much reading I read.
The understanding of Bhagavad Gita is so transcendental that anyone who becomes conversant with the topics of Arjuna and Krishna becomes righteous, and he cannot forget such talks. This is the transcendental position of spiritual life. In other words, one who hears the Gita from the right source, directly from Krishna, attains full Krishna consciousness. The result of Krishna consciousness is that one becomes increasingly enlightened, and he enjoys life with a thrill, not only for some time but at every moment.
Amazing. He enjoys life with thrill, not only for some time, but for at every moment. This means this jnana yajna, one who does it properly, is not just having an intellectual thrill. Now, intellectual thrill does not stay so long. He enjoys life with a thrill, not for some time, at every moment. So that is truth. Somebody, somehow if we, it is so thrilling if you come across a situation and you just want to know what to be done, just remember some same emotional problem, some same kind of similar kind of a principle wise problem that has occurred to a personality, or occurred in the life of Arjuna, or occurred in the life of some personality which were the characters of Bhagavatam, and how they responded, how they dealt, is so thrilling. We may not be able to do that, but at least we'll be thrilled. Thrill means what? When a person gets thrilled, very much thrilled, he has something which is adventurous. He is going to do. It gives a thrill. Oh, today, like many people who have suppose they are going to uh, first time first time catch a flight. So thrilled they are. Sometimes, people are. Sometimes, they are going to have chalo, tomorrow I am going to for a mountain trek. Thrilled. वो उठ जाएगा. ऐसे वो सुबह उठता है 5 बजे. सुबह सोता है 5 बजे वो. उठता है 2 बजे. I met a boy of 10th standard. He sleeps at 5 a.m. wakes up at 2 p.m. But one day we told him, come for a morning program. I said, will you be able to come? I will come. I was thrilled. रात पड़ने से ऐसे भी आ गया 6 बजे. But anyhow, he could not sustain much long morning program. But anything new gives a thrill to people. So because there is some expectations, there's something adventurous they are looking for. There's the same way when we read Bhagavad Gita, every time it will be new. Every time we will see something which is very adventurous. It gives a thrill. So that's what he is saying, and we should remember it. We should not just close this book with saying, "Oh, Gaya Bhagavad Gita, Hari Bol." Abhi kabhi uthega. No, we want the thrill. Open Bhagavad Gita, read. That's what. Next, taksha samsamritya samsmritya rupam ati adbhutam hare vismayo me maharajan harishyami cha punah punah. Please read.
I'll read Prabhuji.
Yes.
Translation. O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. Purport. It appears that Sanjay also, by the grace of Vyas, could see the universal form Krishna exhibited to Arjuna. It is of course said that Lord Krishna had never exhibited such a form before. It was exhibited to Arjuna only, yet some great devotees could also see the universal form of Krishna when it was shown to Arjuna, and Vyas was one of them. He is one of the great devotees of the Lord, and he is considered to be a powerful incarnation of Krishna. Vyas disclosed this to his disciple Sanjaya, who remembered that wonderful form of Krishna exhibited to Arjuna and enjoyed it repeatedly.
Yeah, so he's saying, sir, what to say about remembering the message what he has given. But just remembering his form is very, very wondrous. I'm struck with wonder more and more. I rejoice again and again. I remember the wonderful form of Krishna. What to say if I remember his wonderful instructions of Krishna? That's truth. Each one of us, when you stand in front of Radha and Chandra, if you are not carried, if we are not carried away, we are not carried away with passion and ignorance, and we are really with some goodness over there, guaranteed Vrindavan Chandra will stir everyone's heart. And whenever you remember that form, oh, you will be thrilled. So that there is no doubt. So he's in that way. Because the deities actually churns the heart of the devotees and make the service attitude born in their heart. That gives a thrill. That's a very prominent. That's a very prominent reason why we should go and take the darshan of the Lord, because His beauty makes our heart, which is maybe very hard, like iron. In that hard-hearted heart, also some seva bhavana comes. कुछ तो करेंगे भगवान के लिए. That's what he said. Now the last verse. Yatra Yogeshwaro Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir ध्रुवा नीति मतिर ममा. बोल दिया अभी संजय ने, तुम्हारे बेटों का सर्वनाश होगा. क्यों भैया? यहाँ पे कृष्ण है, यहाँ पे अर्जुन है, श्री विजया होगा वहां. That's what he's saying. Read the translation.
I'll read, Prabhuji.
Uh,
Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion.
that is my opinion. So these read very clearly. Uh, I, I will not read the purport. In between, I'll just read to some things. So he is saying very clearly over here. Wherever there's Krishna, where there's Arjuna, there'll be opulence. तो उनके किंगडम में ऑपुलेंस होने वाला है, तुम्हारे यहाँ नहीं होने वाला. उनको विक्ट्री मिलने वाला है, तुमको नहीं मिलने वाला. They will have extraordinary power. You with so many Akshani sinners will not have power. You will be immoral. They will have morality. This is my opinion. That's very clear. This is opinion of whom?
Sanjay.
Sanjay's opinion. And he's a great devotee. So his opinion is Krishna's opinion. He is not mental speculator. So his opinion is Krishna's opinion. That's what as his Vyas opinion. His social master. So now he explains something very important. यहाँ से पढ़ेंगे. There are many less intelligent. This paragraph.
There are many less intelligent persons who take Bhagavad Gita to be a discussion of topics between two friends on a battlefield. But such a book cannot be scripture. Some may protest that Krishna incited Arjuna to fight, which is immoral. But the reality of the situation is clearly stated. Bhagavad Gita is the supreme instruction in morality. The supreme instruction of morality is stated in the 9th chapter, in the 34th verse. Man mana bhav madbhakta. One must become a devotee of Krishna, and the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Krishna. Sarva dharman parityaje mam ekam sharanam vraja. The instructions of Bhagavad Gita constitute the supreme process of religion and of morality. All other processes may be
It's
purifying
1 o'clock.
and may lead to this process, but the last instruction of the Gita is the last word in all morality and religion. Surrender unto Krishna. That is the verdict of the 18th chapter.
Yeah. Probably I also got some announcement. It's 1 o'clock. I don't know you all heard or not, but so I understand that, and we have actually come to end. Successfully have come to end. So thank you very much for hearing it so patiently. And if you have any, I don't know, you have to do some kind of discussion on yourself. You can go ahead with it. I end. Anybody has a burning question which you feel that I did something, I spoke something which has created confusion to you, you can ask. Else I end. Any one of you. The philosophical to both रहेगा. Such. Okay. Thank you. If you don't have Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Am I supposed to make somebody else as a host so that you all wish to? Because if I leave, and meeting will end. Or you want to have a conversation among yourselves something?
Ashish,
Anyone?
Ashish too also left.
So what to do? Shall I make you as a host? Huh?
We can end, Prabhuji. We will discuss on the group.
Okay. So I'm ending the meeting. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.